So we just came back from our second Kundalini Consciousness Awakening Facilitator training, and we're just now getting a chance to really
recap
and
integrate for ourselves as well.
Integrate for ourselves, dive into everything that goes on in a facilitator training week, which I think even calling it a facilitator training week makes it sound so formal.
Yeah.
But it's really a field of pure magic and transformation that happens.
It is a life-changing journey for sure. Our training is not just a training, it's life-changing. It's life-changing for the people that come to our training. It's life-changing for us as well. I mean, we've done the second one now.
It's incredible.
And obviously every training is going to be different because the field is going to guide us for what the people need that they come in for.
Always.
But it's incredible, and I think that also makes our training so different from other trainings that we've been on, right?
Yeah.
We've been on a lot of trainings ourselves because, I mean, obviously we need to work through our own things. But what makes our training so different, from my experience, is that it's not only a training, it's not about the certificate.
No.
It's really about a journey that they go on to, and their journey in themselves. And it's like coming in as what is it? And then going out of a caterpillar with a caterpillar.
Coming in as a caterpillar and leaving as a butterfly?
Yes. Sorry, yeah.
It's a total transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a rebirth. I feel like when people come in, it's normal that when you come to a facilitator training, right? Normally what drives people to attend any kind of training that is to get a certificate, like you say, often people have a combination of motivations. They have a motivation, they've attended sessions as a Kundalini, of Kundalini Awakening, and they love the work, they love receiving activations or transmissions, whatever word you're used to using, and they're drawn to the work in some way. And some people really have a soul drive, where it's something in me has a remembrance of this work.
Yeah.
But there's also ego reasons, and that's completely normal and natural, that you're going to think, oh, this would be a nice career, I think it looks really cool, I really like other people that I've seen who do this, I want to be like that, or I want to awaken something in me. I want to appear to be something. And this is all completely natural and normal. We don't want to judge and say, oh, you can never have ego reasons. But a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. And very often, people are I want to get a certificate, and I want to be a facilitator, and I want to be like that person I've seen online, or like that other facilitator that I attend their sessions or whatever.
Yeah.
And the truth is, those motivations will get you to sign up and get you to the door and get you to arrive at the location in Spain. But then the real work starts.
Then your world will be completely blown off. Actually somebody said in our training, he said,
I was not expecting
he literally said, I was expecting rainbows and butterflies to go on this Kundalini training to get
it was going to be nice.
It's going to be nice. And then after, I think the second or the first day, he already said...
First day,
he already said oh no, this is something completely different that I signed up for. But anyway, I'm going to take it. I'm going to own it. I'm going to embrace it because this is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's interesting. An interesting point that you're pointing out, Alba, is what was our reason for
starting the training?
Not only starting the training, but our reason for wanting to become a facilitator.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay. Let's go back to the start then.
Yeah, I think that's interesting to share because
Yeah.
we're always talking about that when we talk to people that want to come to our training, it's so important why they want to.
Why?
Like you said as well, I mean, everyone wants to jump on this trend, right? Because you see so many Kundalini facilitators now, you see so many schools starting up. It's because it's a trend, and people, let's be honest, people smell money.
People
right?
think of money and they think it looks really sexy, which it does many times. We can't deny that, and that's not something we want to say is wrong either. It's normal that when you're having a Kundalini awakening, it can look very sensual. But it's
actually also changing your whole appearance.
It's
Because if I
changing
look
your
at my
appearance.
photos from 10 years ago versus now, there is a complete shift.
yes,
It's not only a complete shift in energy, but it's a complete shift in appearance. So it's normal that that changes as well. But I think still deep down, what you say about remembrance, why you're doing this, that's the most important thing.
yes. But that's always there. So this is why I'm trying to say, it's like sometimes people think it's their ego reasons that got them to the door, but
Yeah.
their soul already had a deeper reason saying, you think you're going to get a certificate, but you're going to achieve something or to receive something way deeper,
Yes.
which is what our training is designed to be, a container of complete transformation. Like literally that week that people go on, it's 10 years worth of like
therapy.
deep, and I don't mean
Yeah.
just regular therapy, I mean like deep, like unlocking happens in
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah.
But it's also done in a completely safe way. So I don't want people to think like it's this like, aggressive situation. It's not.
No,
It's
no.
actually when you know how to hold a field of transformation for people, magic really happens.
Yeah.
And it's not us doing the magic, but it's the field of energy that is created
Yeah.
truly unlocks for everyone their unique
Yes.
journey. So, and one of our key intentions that we like code the field with is that each person gets to unlock their own
Yeah.
specific form of magic.
Yes.
Like, what are your gifts that you came
Yes.
in with on a soul level that got blocked
Yes.
by life, by your
Oof.
conditioning,
Yeah.
by your trauma, by
Yeah.
your belief systems, right? And we all have gone on that journey ourselves. We're like,
Yeah.
10 years ago, this is why you end up looking different as well. It's
Well,
because you change.
Yeah.
You're
and
rebirthed.
Yeah. And only your words are actually already activating me. Like I can really feel that, because it's so important. And I think you missed that as well. I missed it as well in our trainings, is that it's really about empowering the people that are coming to find and to remember who they truly are and to find their own innate gift.
Yeah.
It's really not about
Doing it like someone else.
copying anyone else. It's really about going within, going to unravel all the layers, and then you feel like, oh wow, you remember, this is what I came here to do.
Yeah.
And that's so powerful. And I think if we look at our graduates from the 2 times that we did it, I see such unique souls, such souls that are embracing their uniqueness, they're embracing their gifts, and it's so beautiful to see, and it's so beautiful to feel their energy change as well when they come in on a Monday and when they go away on Sunday. It's like
It's
a complete shift of transformation.
Yes.
Where they unlock their own soul gifts,
Yeah.
and they can then spread the love in the world as well. And it makes me emotional just thinking
It's
about
incredible.
it. Our next one is like, oh, I'm just already so curious about the people that are coming in and their soul gifts, and just it's really beautiful.
It's an honor, and
Yeah.
that's why we say as well, we're not
Yeah.
teaching you so much as we are creating a space where you can remember. It's a remembrance.
Yeah.
So there is the way that week works, and it's so magical, right? Is
Yeah.
that there is a process where your unique way of facilitating or working with energy gets revealed to you, and the blocks, like the limitations, the shadows that have prevented that from coming through, get like released, or you see them and they get
Yeah.
removed by the field, right? By the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
That happens for us as trainers as well.
Yeah.
We get revealed of ourselves too.
Oh yeah, big time.
And each time we grow, but facilitating that work for people is such an honor, because like, think of any, like, what could be more of an honor or a blessing, or like, what more beautiful gift can you be a witness to than people coming back into the awake, like, remember who you are on a soul level, remember who you came here as, remember what you're here to do.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's beautiful that you say that, because I mean, we are offering a Kundalini facilitator training.
Yeah.
But I think more and more people are joining just not to become a facilitator. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, and that doesn't really matter actually. It's really about their own growth. We had a lot of people joining as well to really dive in their own journey and their own growth and unravel the things that need to be unraveled, transform into the beautiful butterfly that they are.
Yeah.
And they might go and facilitate and they might not. And it's not really the point of the training. It's like you can afterwards. But what the training brings is a life-changing experience, and that's what you take for a lifetime. And that's where you can bring the difference into your own life, but also the life of the people around you. Because that's our mission as well, is really, that's also why this school was founded, is really to raise the frequency of the planet, which obviously all the people that feel that want to do it, but we really felt that we needed to set this into a school, because we can do sessions as facilitators and we touch lives, but we can only touch so many lives that we can touch during a sessions. And what we experience now is that our graduates go out into the world, every part of the world actually we had facilitators from, and they start to give sessions and they start to touch lives, and that's how the world or the work is spread, and that's how the frequency is spread. That's how you feel. Our mission is really to spread the frequency more and more, and
spread the awakening.
And so even if you think like, oh, I don't want to become a facilitator, or maybe you feel like I don't feel that
I'm
yet.
Not sure, yeah.
This week is not only to become a facilitator; it's really to go on a big journey.
On a journey.
Like you said as well, going through your shadows, and I don't think a lot of trainings do that, to really incorporate shadow work, to really, work with that as well. And I think that's super important.
It is really important, because the Kundalini. So one of the things that, like we said, we can actually go back, because we didn't go back to how we both wanted to get into it, but we'll go back to that.
Yes.
But before we jump back into that, the thing with the shadow work that's so important is because when you're working a lot, or you're with Kundalini energy and you're attending a lot of sessions, maybe you were thinking about becoming a facilitator. A lot of people in the space that work with Kundalini energy and Kundalini activation, Kundalini awakening, whatever terms you like to use, they don't necessarily invest in working on their shadows. Yeah. And the problem with that is the Kundalini energy is actually consistently bringing up your shadows, because it's moving the energy up to your awareness. And what happens with people who don't like to face any of their darker aspects is that the Kundalini energy becomes a form of like bypass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. You see that a lot.
You see it a lot.
Yeah.
So we actually really are, like, it would be easy to just say, oh, we do a training and we just do a few days and we give people a certificate, but we actually really were very conscious, and actually we were guided to do it that way.
Yeah.
But we really wanted to like have it be such a potent week of pure transformation, because if you are rebirthed into your soul gifts, if you are rebirthed into your authentic self, and you are taught how to facilitate from like a pure authenticity and integrity, you are rebirthed into, like, facilitating is easy from that place, because it's about rebirthing you into who you are in your true nature, where you are in touch with your true gifts.
Yes.
Then it's easy to facilitate from that place.
Yes.
But if we don't do any of that inner work on ourselves, and we just think, oh, I just need to move bodies on
energy
mats,
and that's easy.
But it's also, what are you really helping people to achieve? You're not. You're just helping people to move energy around, and you're not actually facilitating true soul transformation for people, which should be the goal that everyone has in the world. It's like, if you really want to learn how to work at a high level, and with integrity and with truth and authenticity, then you want to come to like this way that we do it here. And people who maybe don't resonate with that will go somewhere else, and that's fine with us. Because sometimes you need to be really clear, like, I'm here to work at this level, and that's what it is. And for the people who like are drawn to the work, but they're like, I don't necessarily feel like I want to be a Kundalini facilitator, that's also fine, because I think on the week we had maybe, would it be like 5, 6 people that were just like, I'm not really here for a certificate, I'm just here for my own process.
Yeah.
And they gain as much or more.
Yeah, I think even more. But I think also it's important to point out that a lot of students of our that week said to us, "Oh, I want to send my husband, or I want to send my partner, or to this training because it's so life changing. But he or she doesn't want to become a facilitator.
Yes.
So can you do retreats without a certificate? Of course we can.
Yeah.
But then again, if you want that life-changing transformation, you can also join this training and receive the certificate, but just take it as your own life lesson and not become a facilitator, because it's going to be a life lesson for sure. It's going to be something that will transform you completely. And you might find yourself doing something else. I mean, it's not necessary that you become a facilitator.
No.
It's just very life-changing. And
yeah, and the way the energy, I feel like the way sometimes, so the beauty of the week, and also like when you get initiated into like working with the Kundalini energy, like yes, you can facilitate on others, but you can also work on yourself and continue the process of awakening your own energy, your own Kundalini energy. And what happens, I feel like, and probably a lot of the people on the training, what becomes revealed to them is the energy starts to unfold in them, and it starts to teach them, oh, okay, you can be a Kundalini facilitator, but there's like something about their own gifts becomes awakened. So maybe they actually start to realize, oh, I actually have like clairvoyant psychic vision, and this is a path that the Kundalini energy wakes you up to. Oh, I realize I have that gift, and that's something that I now see clearly I need to pursue and develop. Or it could be something about, we had one guy that attended, and it was very clear that a path he had already pursued was revealed to be his true gift. And it was all about massage and like giving people healing experiences through touch and aroma and aromatherapy.
Yes.
So your specific gift of healership or facilitation gets revealed by the Kundalini energy.
Yeah, and I think that's also a thing that really makes our training unique, because I mean, we've been to trainings as well, but also we've heard from other people. Not to say that something is better or worse, but it's really about empowering the people that come to us to find their own unique gift, especially unique and authentic, and to really embrace that and to use that into their light. Because what I've heard of other trainings as well, and what I've seen and experienced myself, is that they were like, okay, you need to do it like this. There's like a little, like a process almost, or like a checklist. This is the way that we teach you, and you need to follow that. And if you don't feel aligned with that, it's really not easy to follow your intuition, because actually your intuition gets shut down.
Gets blocked by that.
Gets blocked. And I think it's obviously we teach people things. Obviously, it's not like free flowing and no. Obviously we teach people certain things, but it's really about getting in touch with your own intuition and your own, unlocking your own gifts and following that. And then obviously the basis of what we do is like really set the intention, how to set the space, how to work with integrity and always in service of others. But then again, that's the basis, and then people can really find their own way, which I found, which I found very, very important, because that's what I felt that was lacking for me. I don't know for you, but for me, I felt like when I was doing trainings and I was doing facilitation, it felt almost like suppressing if it needs to be like this, it needs to look a certain way, yes. I need to look a certain way. And it feels like very limited. Yes. Because you see all these goddesses everywhere. You see, and then people think like, oh, if I don't look that way, if I don't wear that dress, then I cannot facilitate. Yeah. But it's not about that. And what I found very beautiful is that the people that came to us now, we have 29 29 graduates right now.
We have 29 facilitators from our school, which is amazing.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And not one of them is the same. Copying or like trying to, they all go through their own journey. They all unlock their own gifts. And for some people, their journey starts after training. And that's also completely fine.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, going back to maybe our own stories, we have different stories as well. Because probably after your training, you started on your own journey, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I mean, when I started out, I think I had already done a lot of years of spiritual work, inner work, soul work, shadow work. Like this was something that I had really lived and breathed for a very long time. And I also had my own like coaching and healing practice. So I was used to working with clients. I was used to doing my own deep work literally on a daily basis. It was my way of life, and it still is.
Yeah.
And one day, and because I had not learned how to manage energy, which actually we'll get back to that, because that is a huge part of our training, is teaching people how to manage their own energy.
Important.
Energy management as a facilitator is something we were not taught, but we teach it. And a lot of people in the training actually gave feedback that was the one most life-changing thing. Because if you're a sensitive person and you were never taught how to work with energy or energetic boundaries, it is so difficult to move through life.
Yeah,
And
it's almost impossible actually.
it changes your life completely. It's literally like, oh my God, thank you for this gift. Even that one gift alone of how, as a sensitive, energetically sensitive person, how to manage your own energy is number one thing you need to be taught. And so few, I would say nearly no trainings teach that.
No.
And we simply had to teach that because we learned it ourselves through the School of Hard Knocks, right? So that was part of why I had to step away from my first like coaching healing practice that I had, was because my energy got completely burnt out and I crashed completely and I had no idea why. And everything is a lesson in life. And I had to take a couple of years out. And on that time when I was healing myself, like returning to my own kind of energy, and I wasn't working with any clients, and I saw a flyer, which was Eefke's flyer, and it said Kundalini activation. And I knew, obviously, as a spiritual like student for years, I knew the word Kundalini, and I was like, oh yeah, I would really love to awaken my Kundalini energy. That would be cool. And I was someone that had no idea about my spiritual gifts or gifts. I did not consider myself energetically sensitive or psychic or any of like clair anything. I didn't consider myself that at all. And I started to attend sessions, like to receive obviously, and immediately responded to the energy. And I was like, wow, this is a first. It was like a life-changing moment from the before and after. And the before was like, I had been seeking a lot, and from that moment I could feel, oh, this is inside of me and something huge is unlocking. And this is actually awakening me to my higher self, like my spiritual gift, something I never knew I had. And obviously it was a process, and eventually after a year or 2 years I attended a training to become a facilitator myself. And I never realized actually how much like a channel is the word people would call it, but like I did not realize I had that ability until I started working with this energy, which is the power of the work. It's like it awakens you to your way, because not everyone is a channel, not everyone is an oracle, not everyone is a like psychic seer. Like everyone experiences or perceives their gifts in a different way. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And the base is like what the Kundalini energy does is clearing out the vessel.
Yes.
So it's clearing out the vessel, and then you will unlock.
You have a clearness.
You have a clearness, and then your gift will unlock.
Yes.
And for everyone, it's different.
And you have to. That's why it's important that your trainers or your teachers are able to see that and like help you to like trust that. Because if you then go into a space, which happened to me, like I've attended many certifications and trainings over the years, and there's always a method given to you, and you do not deviate from that method. And if you want to be a facilitator of this method, you need to trust the script.
Yeah.
And that blocks you from even trusting, oh my God, my gift comes to me in this way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And that's what I meant. It's like actually it's suppressing.
Suppressing.
Yeah.
What is your clear channel, which like your soul and your spirit, or maybe you've been a seeker forever and your soul and your spirit is like, hello.
It's already there.
And you're
it's
like,
just, you
no,
just
it's
need
not
to
that.
lift the veil and
Like, no, it couldn't be that. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's not like so-and-so person sees it. So I need to keep going outside of myself to ask for the answers.
Yes. Yes. That's such a good point that, you know, always looking outside of ourselves, always looking external validation or more training. And I mean, I know that from own experience.
Psychics and always getting
doing readings
and
all these kind of things, which we're not saying that you shouldn't, because I mean,
sometimes it's necessary.
Sometimes it's nice and sometimes it's necessary. But the power is inside of you already. And then when the Kundalini energy starts to unlock, when it starts to awaken, when it starts to clear out the vessel, that's why sometimes it's not so nice a session, because it's really clearing out, then you can really feel and see for yourself and connect, oh, it's already inside of me and it's always been there.
Yes.
It's always been there.
Yes.
It's like you stop searching and you go within.
Yeah.
But you were sharing your story more.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that was pretty much it. But definitely, if we're talking about like, I mean, everything you've experienced, I think informs how you're going to become as a teacher or a facilitator or a space holder. And I think for us, what brought us together was we had a very similar vision about what we would have wanted in a training. We did not find it anywhere, so we knew we needed to create it, and we were guided to create that. Because sometimes it's like and it can be tempting to always look at the industry or look at the spiritual space and kind of go, oh, I'm not really like that, that's not really me, or it's all full of like weird people, or like, you know, everyone is like there's so much
judgment, actually, but also judgment. It's
judgment,
like,
or the way that person is dressed, or that's only for like people who live in Bali or whatever. And it's like, but the truth is, sometimes you are being guided to come to a space, like, and for us it's been this Kundalini work, right? Sometimes you are guided to a space, and even if you might think, oh, it's being done in a wrong way, or I would do it differently. It's because you're being sent to sort of be like, don't mistake the truth of the work with the like shadows of it. Like every single type of modality, every single type of work has people that jump on it for a trend, or for money, or for abuse, or for power. And that happens, but there needs to be people who, like, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You need to be able to separate like the truth of something from all of the mess that's around it. And that's kind of, that cleanup operation is something that we're really passionate about.
Yes.
Because we really believe in the truth of the work.
And also one thing that we really stand for and really believe is that what we say, and that's our quote, I think, is like, we're not your guru. The guru is inside of you. And I think that's so important. That's, again, your innate gift is your guru, is your remembrance, and we are just here, the training is just here to unlock that. And that's the guidance of the field. Again, we're talking a lot about the field. And people are like, maybe, what is the field? Well, you can call it the field, you can call it the universe, you can call it the energy. It doesn't really matter how you call it, but the field brought us together as well.
Yes.
I mean, if you start following that, and if you're not resisting or controlling it, that's how our school as well is founded. It's not about we came up with an idea, or let's have a school. Like a lot of schools are popping up right now. I was actually resistant at first. I didn't want to set up a school, you know. And then,
I want to say I wouldn't do it on my own either.
No, me neither. No, never.
Like, it's not the kind of thing that I could have been like, oh, Alba's going to make a school. Like,
no,
it had to be the way it is.
Yeah.
you
yeah,
know?
and the way it was before as well, how we got together, and it's like you try to like be like, oh, but I don't want, yeah, your ego is like, oh, but I don't want that, you know. But then the field is there, the visions are there, like it's literally putting inside of your, like when you receive a Kundalini session, actually that's how it started. I received a Kundalini session and it was just there, you know, the name of the school and the vision was there. And then Alba popped up.
Yeah.
And then she sends me a message out of nowhere, like, if you would ever, I mean, we knew each other. Obviously, Alba came to my sessions and we were talking about other things.
Yeah.
And then she said to me, if you ever do a school, I'm in. And I was like, this field, the universe, the energy is like pushing, and you cannot say no. You need to do this.
No, and it was the same for me. So when I was attending my training, I already knew that my sort of deeper soul longing was to be like to go deep with people in a facilitation, like in a training, and be more of a teacher, than just like I didn't go through my training thinking I just want to be a facilitator, which I love facilitating as well, but it was like there was something in me that was like pulling me. And the day that I said it to you, I remember thinking inside myself, why are you going to say to, like, Eefke already has like her clients and her business, why are you going to say to her to like do a school together? Like, why would she even want to? But I was like, just say it anyway.
And I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad you did.
I mean, me too. But I knew I had a lot to give, and actually I felt that from the energy of this group we had last time. They had that energy that I feel like I had it within me. Like I was like, I just have so much to give. I have so much to offer. I just want to be in service. And it's like, please just let me. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like show up and give me the opportunity, and I'm going to be right there. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And I'm so grateful. It's literally an honor, and I can't believe we get to do this work.
It is such an honor, and it's so magical and beautiful if you really start to follow that and try not to make other plans or control things, or just, you know, that's the whole our training as well. Obviously we have a structure, obviously there's a program, and obviously we have things to teach. Yes. But again, there is always the field that is guiding and saying like, oh, you know, tomorrow we need this. So we're doing that. Yes. Or there are animals telling it to us, like, or there's something that...
And it comes through us as well, because when we're teaching, the whole week is so channeled. It's like, we have a structure, you do get specific training, so you get everything you need. So, but it's very channeled, like what comes through is very much informed by the field like the group consciousness. Yeah. So like everyone, I always feel like it's so strange how it happens, because you're with someone and you're like, I don't even know why I feel like I need to tell you this right now. And then suddenly they're like, oh my God, that's like the voice of my mother. Or like, it's so weird how stuff comes through, and it's exactly what was needed. Or you'll find that other people within the group, certain themes will come up. Oh, yeah. And it's the exact theme that someone else needed. And it's like the field is like, you didn't have, or you didn't feel like you could say it, but this person just said it, and now you feel like you can say it too. Yeah. So it's
the
pure
group
magic.
Definitely makes it pure magic as well. And I mean, remember that last group we had 6 men joining. Yeah. And they all had the same. I mean, they were completely different, but all had the same theme, and like things coming up. And then there was this. In the first day was maybe like, you know, there was still ego judgment and like, well, we're so different. And then they were like, oh, but actually, when you take everything away, when you take appearance away, when you take the soul, has the same journey, it's the same path. Oh, I actually experienced that as well with my dad or with my mom, and then, you know, the inner child just is so happy to be there. Yes. And I find it, and I know you as well, we both found it so beautiful when we see more men opening up to this work, and then going through their layers, and then breaking, and then, you know, building themselves up, transforming in these completely beautiful souls that they are. Yeah. I mean, for every student that we have, it's beautiful to see, but especially the men that were there, like like,
we're so grateful for that.
wow, I'm so grateful that they are actually trusting to come to us.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have no words for that. It's just
I
gratefulness.
know.
It's just beyond words. Like,
Beyond
really.
words.
Yeah.
And that was a big theme in the week, I feel like, that happened, because yes, we had plenty of male energy. We had 6 men attending, but there was such there was such an energy in the field. Like, it was one of the big themes in the week of people like not just the men healing, but like there was women in the space that got such healing towards masculine energy that had, you know, trauma or wounding from that in the past. And the men that were there was like an opportunity, or like it was like perfectly set up, which the field is always perfect. Everything is always set up perfectly, right? It's beyond words, it's magic. That they received the exact healing that they needed towards men and the masculine energy that they had been carrying maybe for a long time.
For their whole life.
For their whole life.
Yeah.
And it was incredible because the energy doesn't lie. Like again, the field is talking to us all the time. And if you're listening and paying attention, it's telling you this person needs to go with that person. And there's literally a whole lifetime of a wound or a trauma can be unlocked by that specific combination of circumstances.
Yes. Yeah, like you say, you know, it's a therapy, but in like a safe way.
Yeah,
because
we
what
couldn't
actually
design that.
No, because actually what happens is not we are not controlling it. It's just the energy, the own life force energy of that person is starting to work.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so beautiful and so safe.
Yeah.
To really dive deep.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And actually what you said just now about you wanting to really dive deep with people and setting up these weeks, I'm so happy that you said that as well, because I always thought like I'm doing my sessions, because a lot of, you know, clients of mine always ask like, oh, if you're ever going to do training, let me know. And I was always like, no, you know, I'm good with my sessions. I love my little tribe there and I'm just happy. And then when it came and the vision and everything, and then Alba saying like, oh, I want to do a school, and I was like, yeah, okay, you know, I've been in training, I've done training, so I know that, but do I want that? My ego was like, I don't know. Yeah. But then now I feel like, oh, this is completely what my soul needed. Yeah. Because going deep with people for a whole week, and then afterwards as well, I mean, it's not only the week, it's the community that we're building as well, and the support that we have. That's so magical. I mean, giving sessions, with facilitating sessions together or alone, it's beautiful, it's magical. But seeing the transformation of people, that's also why we love to, you know, returning clients, because you can see the transformation in them, you can see it. And if you have sessions, it's step by step, but during a week, you can see from Monday to Sunday a completely different person.
It's a deep
because
dive.
it's like layers are getting, it's masks are falling off.
It's a deep
layers
dive.
are shrinking, are getting away, and then seeing the eyes on the last day or even day 2 or 3,
the whole face opens up.
It's completely different. It's so magical. It's beautiful.
It really is. And
so thank you. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for bringing us together. No, seriously, it's like, wow.
No, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Cannot wait for
the next one and the next many and the whole. Because, you know, it seems like we're planning this. We're not. We're literally on a ride where we're like, where are we being taken next? You know?
Yes.
So we're just like, okay, next level. It's like expansion. And we're like, are you ready? You're like, not really, but let's go.
Yes. And I think you should just trust that it's, you know,
it's surrender,
everything
right?
That will unfold for us, even if it's like really challenging, we can handle it. We will manage it. And we've been tested a lot. I mean, not only like now when we are setting up the school, but we've been testing a lot in life. And we've learned our lessons. We went to the dark night of the souls. And I mean, you know, that's very helpful as well.
Of course.
For our vessels. Yeah.
No, I feel like you have to as well, because it's like whatever comes up in a week, it's like. And I think that theme came up as well, actually.
You can only hold so much.
You can only hold what you have.
Yeah.
Like,
what you have experienced.
how much you have, like the places you have gone in yourself, like that's how much space or capacity you have to hold for others.
Yeah.
And we, you know, this is why you can be thankful for the like
Life lessons.
yeah, it's like the polishing of the stone, right?
Yes.
It's like the diamond comes from the piece of coal that got put under pressure, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's like everyone who like steps into this path, it's because they went through their own process of being broken and polishing and like becoming that diamond under pressure, right? It's like getting the gold from the like, you know, stone like that just looks kind of dirty and like whatever. It's like you can mine from for the gold from within your soul. And it's like I feel like the process of life and the dark nights of the soul, like all of that stuff that we go through, it makes us better space holders. Like it makes us better teachers. It means that when there's a group there, it's like of 20 people and all of their deep process and all of their stuff that needs to come out and come up, like we can hold that.
Yeah.
Because we've been there ourselves.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And it's like, I don't know, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like we've been trained for it or something.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because you were talking about, you know, being the broken, and then from there you build it up. But it's really about not being broken, it's about remembering.
Yeah,
it's
or
really,
breaking open, I feel
breaking open, yes.
Because the layers break
yes.
off, you know, or the
yes.
false identities
yes.
of the ego, or the like conditioning, or the person that you thought you had to be in life gets broken off.
Yes.
And it's like shells break off.
Yes, oh, for
and
sure.
You're like, oh, okay. And it's like, I mean, they always say like with the more your heart breaks, the more the light comes in, right?
Yeah.
So there is a process of breaking, but it's not like you're broken, but it's like some shells and things got broken off.
Yes. No, for sure. And I think we've been through those processes as well. And like, you know, a lot of healing modalities say like, oh, you need to be healed, and it implies that people are broken, and that's what happens. What happens then is that people start searching. Oh, I need to do more of this. I need to do more of that. I need to do more of that. Yeah. But for us, broken means more that it's not you're not broken yourself. It's just remembering who you truly are, and remember that it's inside of you already. Yeah. And therefore going on this week, that's really okay. I remember, and it's taking off the layers that are not serving you anymore. And I remember, and that brings me also to why I wanted to become a facilitator.
Oh yeah.
It's a really funny story, because I think it's really different from your story. I mean, obviously I've been through the journeys as well a lot before I wanted to become a facilitator, but I remember that I was already doing spiritual work and, like Alba said, coaching and everything, but I always felt like something is missing. Yeah. You know, something is missing. And then I was searching as well outside of me. Something was missing. And then I got this random video of a friend who's not, well, actually a friend of a friend, was it? And there was this video of a girl doing a Kundalini activation on another girl. And I saw this video and I was like, what is this? Yeah. Like my ego was really like, this is not real. It's fake. It's like, no, this is not happening. But then something inside of me, I think it was like a soul remembrance, felt like a pull towards it. That's what you need to do. Like I was like, that's what you need to do. And I was like, what? Okay. So I was, you know, searching, what is this? What is this Kundalini activation? Oh, there's a training. Oh, okay. I apply for that training. Yeah. I didn't even look for anything else. It was just like, oh, that training, you know? Yeah. And then it said on the application that, oh, you have to have at least 1 session or 2 sessions, I don't remember. And you have to have a video while you're being in activation. And I was like, oh shit, so I can do that. I cannot do an application. So then I went to a session, and I remember saying to the facilitator, like, oh, I'm gonna do this work as well, and I just need a video. Can you make a video of me? Imagine that, you know. And the facilitator looked at me like, have you ever done a session? I was like, no.
You need to receive.
She asked me, have you ever done a session? I said, no, but I just know that this is what I'm gonna do. And we have people come in the same as well, but you can feel the difference when it's like more of like, I want to jump on a trend, or when you really feel that this is soul remembrance.
Yeah.
And that was for me, it was a soul remembrance. Like, you've been doing this already. Like you said,
Yes.
we've been trained for this for lifetimes, and I've been doing this already for lifetimes. So it was just a gateway, a portal to that. So then when I started to do the training, I think I had 2 sessions.
Yeah.
And then I came in this group where people had 50 sessions, 100 sessions, and I
Yeah.
was like,
And you were like, wow, I'm so fresh to all this, and I don't
I'm
know.
just surrender.
And you were not like a big like fangirl about the whole thing
No.
either. You weren't like, oh, I really want to be part of this.
No,
like,
no.
You were just like, oh, I just saw it one time and I knew I needed to do it. So
Yeah.
And you were like, why is everyone obsessed? Like, I don't get it, you know?
Who is this? Who is this person? And like, okay.
Yeah.
And, and I went to my training, and I don't regret it, but that's also when you start to learn, like, oh, okay, but this is how it works. And, oh, I missed this and I missed that. And, and then you start to, like, trying to find your own way, but then you feel like we really say to people, you should find your own way, but then other trainings say, no, you should do it like this.
Yes.
Which I also understand, because if you got taught a certain way that you need to do A, B, C, and Z, but that's not the way we teach.
Well, because the thing is, like, you need to think about as well why it's like that in most trainings is unfortunately because if you as a trainer or like a teacher or like, you create a brand of spiritual work, say, or whatever, and if you are, and this happens a lot, like, if you're a certain amount of it in your ego, you don't want, like, it could be unconscious for you as a teacher or a trainer.
Yeah.
But it's there. And this is why we emphasize shadow work, and we have to keep doing shadow work.
Yes.
Is because if you're motivated by that, you are going to have this fear or this resistance in you that your students actually access their own power. You don't want them to. You want them to do what you say.
Yeah, because you also
It's
want
like
them to
my way. Because you want them to keep
return.
needing you and keep coming back to you.
Yes.
And that's the shadow of a lot of space holders or
deep,
trainers, is that they don't want their students to ever get to be more than them. And I know more or less is sort of an ego construct, but it's like, I see, like, we can have students come in, and if we're in our shadow, we're going to be like, no, but don't get too big.
Yeah.
Because then you're threatening my ego.
Yeah.
And that's something I've experienced before in spaces. Like, I've had mentors, I've had that happen to me before, where, as soon as I started to get to a certain level, I was rejected by the mentor.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, man, I didn't want to offend you. I'm just on my own path.
Yes. Yeah.
And the truth is, if you're going to be a teacher or a facilitator or like space holder worth anything, you need to be ready for people to like outshine you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a competition.
And if you are in this field of, well, I'm not saying like, I don't know, without ego, because nobody's going to be without ego.
There's no
but
such
there's,
thing. But
no, there's no such thing as being without ego, because also we need the ego, but it's more like, I can really feel, and you as well, for that person, like, oh wow, you're stepping into your power and really go for it.
Yeah.
And there is no such thing as like, oh, better or higher or like more evolved than me. It's just in a different way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's I think that's so important, and I think that's also where a lot of people are drawn to us. That there is no guru thing, or there is no like, oh, I want to be you, I want to put you on a pedestal. We don't want that. We don't.
Sometimes people try, and it's natural. You see, it's a shadow as well of being a student, a spiritual student, is you go to a space and you think your teachers are on a pedestal and they're amazing. And then the minute that something, like, everyone is human, the minute that the human side is revealed, then you're like, they're down in the fucking ground, like, and it's like, you're the worst.
Yeah.
And the truth is, like, everyone is human, and no one is like this pure light or this pure evil. It's like those are projections that we put on each other. Yeah. And it is very common sometimes that you think that like, oh my God, this is like the most incredible thing. And then when there's some humanity in there, it's like, oh, I reject that completely. And really it's not that way. It's like everything is a combination of light and dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's also really about embodying it, because I mean, spirituality is not about bypassing everything, being only in the higher chakras, being always there, being up out of the body. And that's something that you also really taught me, is really be in the body, you know, be grateful for everything that we have as a physical body, as in this 3D world, because actually our soul came to chose your body to be here, and your body is that vessel that we need. So it's really about embodying everything, embodying the higher chakras, the lower chakras, and actually making this connection with everything.
And that was the theme of the week too.
Yeah, but it's beautiful that if I look at us, we're completely different, as you can see, obviously. But I mean, also very, very similar, like very complementary. And I love that, because that's what you need, you know. You need to have this embodiment, this grounded work in spirituality. You cannot only be like, oh, in the love and the light and the higher frequencies. No, it's really about going into your body, feeling all the emotions, going through it, seeing your shadows and working through them, and not rejecting your shadows. Not like, oh, I don't want that. No, I'm choosing the light. No, it's about seeing that, embracing it, and then it's all the same. Then you see that actually there's no difference.
No.
Laughter or crying, it's the same.
So similar.
Yeah.
You're like,
But we chose to come here as a soul in this in this duality, where we need good and bad, where we need light and dark. To actually realize, when you come into this non-dual state, when you come into this oneness, where you realize that this actually doesn't exist. But we need it to go to to come to that point. So we need everything that's physical, that's 3D, that's dense.
But you can love the density as well, because it's like, think about it, you know, the beauty of, like, there's no such thing as art without duality.
No.
Because when things are just oneness, it's like there's no contrast. There's no beauty in like the contrast of different...
It's boring.
It
can be boring. It can be boring.
Samey. And it's not to say, like, obviously, it's like one of those things. It's like, you know, a lot of people are like longing and seeking for that wholeness of like unconditional love, right? But if you were to be in that state all the time, if you don't know what the opposite of that is, how can you appreciate it? So there's something about you need to see it, you need to experience. It's like you need to be the giver of love and receiver of love. You need to be both. And you need to like feel the loss of love or the heartbreak to like appreciate, like really feel and be grateful for the love that you have.
But that's why also we as a soul choose to come to Earth. To experience this duality, because actually when you're not in a body, when you are in different dimensions, on like spirit level, there is no duality.
And there's no struggle.
There's only oneness, and there's only like, there's no emotions. So it's like a flowiness, which is beautiful. We've experienced that. But it can also be boring. I mean, you know, you need to have this...
It can be lonely, it can be boring.
You need to have this duality to experience everything, to go through your lessons, to experience all the emotions, to grow as a soul. I don't think we can grow as a soul if we don't experience this earthy life.
Totally. And you know, like it also brings me back to love, because actually the theme of love and relationships came up a lot in our retreat week, and actually a lot of people receive deep healing around their like, of course, as souls we come in and we get parents and we get experiences and traumatic experiences, and there's relationship traumas, like we have relationships that don't go well, we have toxic bonds, like
there is a fly here.
She's having a toxic bond with the fly. So looking back on the week, the like amazing training. We just had facilitator training, 20 amazing new souls
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to look back, what was a moment that really like touched you or like surprised you, or like that you, like a memory that you're like, oh, that moment was so like transformational or life-changing?
Oh, I have a lot actually, but the one thing that really, really got to me and really like changed a lot deeply on my own side as well is that there was a participant who you could feel and see struggle from day one with female energy, like healthy energy, like motherly energy. Let's say, like healthy female energy, struggling with that.
This was a male person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know, you could see that during the week. It was a theme that came up for him all the time, and I think it was the last session that we had where I was facilitating him and where I could really feel that he was finally sinking into that and was able to let it go and to you know, let go of the fight, like the fighting against it. Like he could really like just sink into it, receive the mother love, and it was really beautiful because I could feel my own inner child as well. So that's why probably was able to hold it as well. I could feel my own inner child, whereas I could really feel where he was going through because I actually went to a similar path, right? Where I could actually embrace and hug and be there for my own inner child while I was there for him as well. And that felt like there was such a beautiful connection. For me as well, it actually was something that came up for me because obviously things come up for us as well as facilitators.
For us as well.
Yeah, where I felt, oh wow, this is for me as well a beautiful mirror that I am here to hold my own inner child as well. To hold it, you know, to just hold it and love it and feel the self-love. That's what I really felt when I was facilitating on him. I gave him like self-love. It's okay to feel safe, you know, in your own body. And I was just talking and talking and talking. And I was literally
so
felt
loved.
Yes.
Like for him to feel.
Yes.
You felt maybe not loved, but you were so loved.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like remembering that. Because we forget, right?
Yeah.
We think we weren't. And it's like, no, you were so loved and you are so loved.
Yes. Yeah. And that was something that completely shifted for me and also for him. And it was just a moment. I mean, there are so much more moments, but that moment really, made the big impression. Yeah.
I remember that moment too, even though I wasn't there, but I can feel. Because when you're in the field, it's so beautiful because it's such a shared experience that, and especially for us, that we're like holding the space or whatever and facilitating on the entire group.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you something or you can tell me something and it's not news to us because it's like
you're there,
you're submerged and it's like you're having this shared experience where we're like one body, one being, like everyone is this collective field of energy, and it's like what people are moving through, we all are moving through it.
Yes. Yeah.
And that theme of like that healing, like you say, of the mother love, and like for a man that had like trauma with the feminine energy and mother trauma, there was such a, like that was such a before and after moment. Yeah. Because there was such a healing in that.
Oh yeah.
And like what a life-changing healing to receive, because you think that's not possible for you in this lifetime because you just carry such a, like, it's such a foundational, like, deep wound when it's with the mother, right? Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know it's there, you know, and then when you go deeper, you feel, okay, there's something still there, and it really touches me. Again, now talking about it is just, I mean, it's just so magical what happens during that week that we are surprised. We are surprised.
We're not in charge of that.
No, but every day that we obviously reflect on the day, we are surprised, but we are also in awe, we are also grateful, and we are in humbleness of, wow, that we are here to guide that, to hold the space, to be that vessel. That's just magic, and that's grateful, just grateful for that.
Totally.
I mean, you cannot.
No, that's a miracle. That's miraculous.
No.
And to be able to hold space. This is why we talk about going deep. It's like, it's such a, like, what a gift, what an honor to be able to support people on that level of core level healing, where it's like, because people that come to spiritual work, it's like, this is why we say, you come to a Kundalini training, you go to any kind of facilitator training, or you want to become a healer of some sort, or a Reiki healer, or anything. It's like we're motivated by this healing others, or helping others, or facilitating others. But what we also need, or really need, is our own healing and our own awakening, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, so many of us that have come in as like souls, or sensitive souls, we have that trauma from our parents, and we carry it through so much of our life, and through our relationships, and through how we view ourselves. And the beauty of being able to hold a space, or have a week where you get to see people and witness people and facilitate for people to have that level of healing on such a core level, that's worth, like, that's priceless.
Everything. Yeah, that's priceless. Yeah, indeed, that's priceless. It is. It so is. And, you know, I think also it's a good thing to point out that from an ego point of view, people think like, oh, I cannot, as a healer, or as a person that works with energy, or as a trainer, I cannot have my own things, you know, I need to be evolved, I need to be better, I need to be bigger, I need to, which obviously you are, because you go through your own process. But then again, we are all human. We all have our shadows. We all have our things that we work through. We all have our history. We all have our things that formed us, actually.
Yes.
Which makes us human, which makes us able to do this work.
Yeah.
We need to, because otherwise you will be this guru sitting on the throne and not
like
feeling the empathy, and like
I'm awakened, I have nothing to work on.
I'm enlightened and you're not.
I've transcended the human experience, none of that matters, like, and it's like, no, you came into embodiment so you can really like get the gifts from the experience of having been raised by other humans that were also on their own path.
Yeah.
And like, then we become parents, and we realize, oh, I can be as awakened as I want, but I'm still gonna unintentionally handle things not perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's part of this realm that it's like that.
Yeah.
And you get to have more grace for people as well, because you're not expecting perfection from others.
Yeah.
You're not expecting people to have no shadows. You're not expecting people to be perfectly healed, because it's like, I know I'm not perfectly healed. I know I'm not free of ego. I know I'm not free of shadows.
No.
So I'm not expecting perfection from you. I'm not here to go, oh, look, you're doing the shadow thing again. Because that's what you do when you're really not grace. You don't have grace towards yourself and your humanity. Yeah. It's like, I'm not perfect, so I don't expect you to be perfect. Right?
Yeah. No.
And there's a humbleness in that, where it's like, and I was not always there. I've gotten there more recently in my journey, where I've gotten to see, oh, I have grace for my parents, and I have grace for the imperfection of others, because I've gotten to awaken to the fact that I'm not perfect. Because a lot of people that go on when you start to go on a spiritual path and you learn about shadow work and you learn about inner work, or maybe you are a very psychic person, or you're very sensitive and you have the ability to read others on a deep level, and you think your work is done. Yeah. And it's like, no.
No, actually it starts.
Because
maybe on a different level, but it does. It really does. Yeah. Yeah.
And to go to that, I think for me, like, what was a really beautiful moment from the week, and it's funny because it's kind of like the other side of the coin of what was your touching moment, or like most memorable like moment. And for me, it was like there was one person that I was facilitating for that was a woman, and for some reason, and this is why, like, the bubble of the whole entire week being an energy bubble. Come here. We have a visitor, and that's fine. So the energy bubble of the entire week means you don't just get a transformation inside, like facilitation, like when you're on the mat receiving a Kundalini session. You can be getting massive wake up like moment, the exact, like, you know, boom, light bulb moment on the lunch break.
Yeah.
Or it could be like you're having a conversation with a student, or in one of the teaching spaces where we're like,
that's
the
actually,
whole week is so powerful.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that I'm thinking of right now, because there are a lot of trainings as well that just offer the training and then you go to your own hotel or you go home, and then you come back. So there's no energy container. And I think also, if you look at our training, that what makes us us and unique as well is that we have this energy bubble. It's, for us, it's very important that we are together this 7 days of immersing with the group in the energy work of the immersion, to really achieve those deep transformations.
That's how it's like 10 years in 1 week.
Yeah.
Because we spend the whole week in the field.
Yeah.
We're not in this like realm of like having to think of your job or you're picking up your kids or like talking. Of course you can call home or whatever. It's not like you're not allowed to do that. That's normal.
Of course not. Yeah.
But people are really immersed in a field that is fully for the intention of you getting your highest good and like coming into your soul truth. And that's possible when you step into an immersion into that type of field, right?
Yeah.
When you don't need to keep leaving and coming back.
Yeah.
You get to really immerse, and that's why it's different from attending like a Kundalini session for an hour with a trainer and then you go home.
Yeah.
It's very different when you submerge for an entire week. And that's how like we can achieve such massive, like people can have such massive awakenings, and they can really wake up to their own intuition, their own gifts. Like things can get activated that people would say, oh, it could take you 20 years of practice to awaken your Kundalini energy, or it could take you 20 years to open your third eye. And it's like, no, it's not like that in the field, because time doesn't matter.
No, time doesn't exist. No. And that's why we really chose to have it like all inclusive, go into the field, going to the same place that we sleep, eat, and everything. It's just everything is included. Yeah. And that's just not just a training. It's really more a retreat of a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I wish training retreat of a lifetime.
I wish I could attend myself.
Yeah.
No, but we get a lot from it too.
Yes. Oh,
we love it.
Yeah.
But with this girl, that was the really touching moment. Was what was interesting was, so obviously we do a lot of Kundalini sessions, awakening sessions throughout the week, like with the students, and that's such a key part. It's like of the process. But throughout the sessions, it was very clear, and this is where like the field is always communicating with you and telling you things, and it was very clear to me like that she had a wounding or like a trauma with male energy. And it was also clear by how the Kundalini energy moves for her. You could really see it. And this was not something I know about her, because we don't know that much about our students'
we don't
lives.
Actually know. We don't actually.
But the field is so intelligent that it tells you if you're able to listen, if you're able to sense and really interpret that.
Yeah. So
it became clear to me at some point halfway through the week, like that this was going on, and I was sitting with her one day on a lunch break or like a dinner break or something, and my ego would say, well, you don't need to tell her this. But before I knew, I was telling her, you know, that you need more masculine energy, healthy masculine energy. And immediately she was like, her eyes were wide, like, I can't believe you're telling me this. Like, I always thought I was very masculine.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you actually need more healthy masculine energy, and that's what you're here to learn. Like, it's happening already.
Yeah.
And that process then started to be reflected in the field. It was like she started to work more with men, and it was beautiful how it happened that people who needed the healing with women and people that needed the healing with men were actually being that energy that each other needed.
Yeah.
And it was so, like, that is such a transformation on a core level. If you've had that issue your whole life,
Yeah.
and then it gets
Such a
worked
gift.
on by the field, is so, like, you'll never be the same.
No. But don't you? I think that if you go to this week, you will never be the same. Also for us,
No.
every week that we do,
We're always different every time.
it's a big transformation for us as well. And the people that come in, they won't be the same in a good way. I mean, yes, actually, they go back to who they truly are.
Yeah.
And who they have forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you peel off the layers of false identity and you come back to your true self, things are going to shift in your life when you go back to your life, you know. So, and that's part of the process too, that we're there to kind of hold that space for people to, because the soul journey is like, it's a path where you do have to, like, let go of things. You don't have to. Have to is the wrong word, because you can always choose something
but you
different.
will probably.
But things fall away, and relationships fall away, and friendships fall away, or jobs fall away, and career paths change, and people even move to different locations. Like you and I mean, both lived in other countries and ended up in Spain because of our soul journey. It's like you get guided to let things go and really return to what is your kind of like home. Yeah. And obviously home within the body first. Yeah. But when you're on that journey of coming home within yourself, it guides you to like create that frequency of home in your life, which means certain things that don't align with that need to go. Yeah. So that's a process that also happens for people. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
And we can go on and on and on about those beautiful moments, because we have so much. So, Alba, you had a beautiful question for me, and I was thinking to have a beautiful question for you as well, because I'm actually very curious. We talk a lot about transformation for the people that come to our training. But also for us, it's a life-changing experience as well. Every training we get to go deeper and we come out differently. Mm-hmm. So I was just wondering, what is something that you really learned from yourself this week?
Okay. So what I learned about myself, a couple of things. On a personal level, it's like I always had this shadow or pattern, I would say, about like needing to be liked, or like being like, I suppose people say like people pleaser, you know, where it's like, oh, I need to be liked, I need to be nice, you know. Yeah. And I need everyone to like think I'm nice or like me. And on a soul level, I got to see how my soul doesn't care about that. Like, yeah. But Alba the human, like,
of course,
Alba the human is like, oh my God, I can't believe that just came through. Yeah. But when you're like when you're like, I suppose, open and surrendered, and the field is speaking through you, sometimes you'll be like, no, it's exactly this is the direct word for you. Yeah. But on a human level, I would never, like, I would feel like, oh my God, that was a bit direct, like, you know? Yeah. Yeah. And I got to see that, and I actually really like that, because I always love people who are very direct, because I didn't have that in my personality to be direct. And I always love people that are direct, because I'm like, yeah, just say what you think, right? Yeah. Yeah. And you don't need to sugarcoat it or like hide your voice. Totally, yeah. And the more that we teach or facilitate, I feel like that comes out in me, where I'm like, I'm able to speak truth, but it's not harsh, like. No. But it's if it needs to be said, it can be said.
It's actually the language of the soul.
The language of the soul doesn't need to sugarcoat. No. But you can still say things in a loving way. But it's like sometimes love and truth are a little bit like, because there's a difference with that loving word that's very like, oh, little baby, I don't want to hurt you. And then there's like, let me give you the loving voice of like the truth.
Yes. Yes.
And it hits you and you're like, oh my God, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for just not lying to me.
That's actually pure and raw love.
Yeah, thank you for not lying to me and telling me what you see, because that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So that came out. But also, I think I also learned, and this was towards the end of the week, how much, how much I can hold of like, and like not in my daily life, because I'm not someone who's like needs to be in a big group or holding big spaces in my general life, but when we're holding a space of like how big like my ability to hold people has become compared to, like I said before, when I started, or like when I started coaching or healing or whatever, like I wasn't able to hold that, and that's why I got burnt out, right?
Yeah.
But now it was like I was able to hold, like obviously together, but I felt like I had a capacity to hold like this much people and this much transformation and this much souls, and it was like not too much, and I wasn't drained.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah,
that's a big revelation.
Huge.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Also, like multiple things, but I think the one thing that really struck me, you said to me, you asked me a question like, oh, you know, we set intentions for the group, but what is your personal intention for this week? And I got very emotional by sharing it, remember?
Yeah.
Because it was all about, and I can still get emotional about it actually.
Yeah.
It's all about stepping in. For me, it was really stepping into my greatness.
Yeah.
And also on the same moment being humble about it. But for me, stepping into my greatness, I know now and I feel now is really about, because some people are afraid of failure.
Yeah.
And those things, and I don't have that at all. But I am afraid to step into my greatness because I feel, and that maybe sounds very like, oh, esoteric or something, but I feel that I've done that already multiple times and I've been punished for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Punished by other people?
By like past lives, but also in this life, to really step into your greatness, to really, like it started already on a young age. You know, you get your mouth shut.
You attract negative attention for being all that you are. Yeah,
to really own your voice, your own unique voice, and to step into that greatness and into
your
the power.
Your talent, or your light, or your beauty, or all of the greatness.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't be too much, because people are going to try and knock you down for that.
Yeah. And so that's where my shadow is, I think, and also my fear of really doing that. And that when you asked me that, I was like, okay, I want to really step into my greatness, not from an ego side, but really feeling like, okay, you know, I can carry this, I can hold this.
And the soul wants to be great.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm
but
great.
from like definitely, but from a service point of view, and I could really feel in the whole training that, yes, you know, you're doing it now. You're holding this space. You're stepping into the greatness from a point of view of really being in service of others, being in this humbleness, but still
in your light.
Owning it, owning your light and owning it, and just be there. And yes, you know, you don't have to dim your light.
No.
To be liked by everyone else.
No,
like
you
don't have to. You just like it's a bit similar, like you were saying, but it's a different phrase maybe. But that actually was what this group and the energy field taught me.
Yeah.
And
like it's safe
beautiful.
To be all that you are.
Yes, it felt like a safeness. Yeah.
Yeah, because and that's something I like inspires me about you, or that I see in you, is that you are someone who's able to really. It's funny that you have, like, you feel like you want that more for yourself, but I see it in you already, that it's like you're willing to be so great in all of these different ways, like to have achieved so much in different areas of your life, but like I don't know, like you're not afraid to be all of that. Like you're not trying to make yourself less. And yes, that maybe does attract sometimes negative attention, but it's like an inspiration for me or for other people to go, oh, actually, Eefke can do it. So let me step into all the greatness that I am. And if somebody is jealous or doesn't like it or stops liking me, that's kind of their problem.
Yeah. No, that's...
And not to say sometimes it's hard, right? Because you're like, oof, why does it need to be this way? But it's like, so be it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and actually you're putting the right words in that, the safetiness.
It felt safe this week for
Yes.
you, like for you to be great.
Yes.
It wasn't like, I didn't feel like anyone was like, oh, Eefke's too great. It was like, no, like, wow.
There is so the energy field, the group, you made it feel like it was safe.
Totally.
And you asking that question actually brought it up, because you asked me, I think this the second or the third day, you said, what is your intention for yourself? And that really was like, oof. It hit me like, oh yeah, I have to set an intention for myself.
Well, because I've said this, whatever you give to the field, you're going to get it. It's going to manifest so fast.
Yeah, and it's true. And
it's
we have proof of that for sure. Every intention that you set, it's like
happening.
It's there. But then when you said it, and I had to say it, like, okay, I want to step into my greatness, and it almost hit me like, oh, can I say that? Oh, I was almost afraid to say that.
Yeah.
And then there was this safetiness of being there, and that just felt so warm and so loving, and really grateful for that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love all of it, actually.
I love it. Love it to your greatness. Okay, so another question. So we've talked a lot about like the retreat we just came out of and where we came from, but like, where are we going? What is the next evolution of us, of the school, of the field that we're working with? Like, what do you see are the seeds being planted right now? What's the next evolution?
Wow. It already gives me goosebumps of excitement, because obviously we have our next training already planned. It's the last week of September, beginning of October. The week is already planned. That's for this year. But what I see and envision for us is that, I mean, the work that we do is so beautiful and so great for everyone, actually, for everyone that wants to evolve, transform, go back to who they truly are. So what I see is that we grow even more and more, and that we go globally, because, I mean, obviously we had already one person joining from the US. Yeah. And then the rest was from Europe, all around from Europe. But what I really see is that we go more global, and we establish this name where there is a school that you really need to go through if you really want to, embrace your soul purpose, if you really want to embrace your soul gift, if you really want to go deep. And not only on like love and light and tingling and butterflies and frequency,
coming back to your body and yourself.
Yes, if you really, it is for the brave and the courageous.
Saying yes to your life, your body, your soul being here.
Yes.
Oof,
yes.
That gives me goosebumps.
Yes. Yeah, that's
when you unlock the magic of this life, when you're no longer trying to escape or like, oh, I'm not meant for Earth, or I was not meant for here, or I'm from somewhere else. And it's like, say yes to your choice, your soul's choice to be here in this body, in this lifetime, at this moment, and bring your soul into your body.
Yes.
And see the magic that unfolds when that happens.
Yes. And to feel everything, the good, the bad, the worst, to feel everything, every spectrum of life, to really embrace life, to really see everything as a journey, expand
your capacity for all of it.
Yeah.
All the spectrum of reality.
Yeah, because I remember somebody said when we're doing a session in the training, somebody said, "This is life," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right.
Kundalini
this is life. It's life, because what happens during a session is that somebody's crying, somebody's laughing, somebody's screaming, somebody's having an astral journey, and it's like a jungle of all these frequencies, sounds, and things that people go through. And that's actually representing life.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing. We're letting people go through that.
Yeah, fall back in love with life.
Yes.
The full spectrum of life, not just the light.
Not just the love and light, not bypassing anything, just really feeling everything, and everything that needs to be felt, and everything that's okay, and everything. Try not to judge anything, like this is good, this is bad. That's it. Yeah. So I see us expanding into that. I see us stepping more and more into that, and holding space for a group of people that really want to jump into that really are brave and courageous to go into that.
Yeah.
Into that deep transformation.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see the same.
Yeah.
Like, going more global. I would love to see people from all manner of cultures, backgrounds, nationalities. I mean, all of that stuff doesn't matter, right? But it's like, I don't know, I just really want to reach more people and facilitate more spaces of deep transformation and soul awakening. I feel like we need more people that are really in their bodies and really like embodying the light and their soul gifts, but in a true like full spectrum way, like we said, right? Where you're not denying the human experience. But also it's like, I feel like it's really important for us as well, like going back to like the space that we're in, which is like the Kundalini work. It's really important for me that like we get more and more people that are actually learning how to hold spaces and do that work from a place of integrity and really recognizing and holding themselves to a high standard and holding and realizing that how much their own shadows are coming up as you move through this work, because it happens for everyone. It's not something that your work is done now.
No.
Tick the box. I'm ascended, I'm complete. It's like, I really want people, like that's kind of a legacy or something that like, I want people to really, like, we can reach way more souls if people are going out there and doing this work in a way that's really facilitating deep soul transformation. Not just, we had a little Kundalini party and we played some real tunes and then we moved some energy around and then we were done. It's like, no, we want to help people to really unlock a deeper way of facilitating and working.
Wow, that's beautiful. And so true.
So true.
And so true. So to conclude our recap of a beautiful week, what would you say? I mean, it's not easy, I think. Maybe it's almost impossible. But if you would recap it into one word, what would it be?
One word. The word that just came up was transformation. And we actually did say it a lot. But really it is, because like honestly, the week is really about, and transformation, sometimes people can think, you're transforming into something else that you weren't before. In a sense, it's probably the wrong word, but it is like you're becoming something new, but you're also it's a remembering of something that was already innately in you. And when you are in your innate soul frequency, it's easy to be a facilitator. And when you know how to work from that place, from that energy, when you've like returned to that in a sense, or transformed into that, that's really why we're doing the work. And the like certificate or what you do afterwards in terms of like, supporting you in like having a business or holding your own sessions or having like, that's something we also do. But it's like there's something deeper than that, because we really want people to unlock their way, their path, their journey.
So it's actually transformation. I mean, a lot of people talk about transformation, but the way you say it, it's a different meaning of transformation, because it's really unpacking all the things that are already inside of you. It's taking off the layers that's holding you back. And it's not like you said, you need to change. No, you're just starting to remember who you
There's an awakening or like a returning. It's like you were asleep to who you were and you transform back into that version. In a sense, it's like something new, because I think it's not that you return back, because that would suggest that if you return back to the soul you came in as, it's like you didn't need any of the journey.
No, of course.
But it's like the journey, who you came in as a soul, plus all of the journey you went through up until today's day, it transforms you into a new type of butterfly, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you are remembering, but you're also becoming something new at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a paradox. In the field is always both. It's not one or the other, right?
Same as black.
So you're returning, but also being reborn to something new.
Yeah, it does feel as a rebirth.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think all of our students are agreeing with that. That's definitely feeling as a rebirth.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a rebirth because you are rebirthing the seed.
Yeah.
That's there.
Yeah.
Taking off the false identities. That's not longer you. Yeah, and if I tune into a word, because I tuned in as well when you were tuning in, and the word that came up was really expansion. And it's expansion in all forms.
Yeah.
It's expansion of consciousness. It's expansion of frequency. It's expansion on personal level, on collective level. It's expansion of our school. It's literally growing into the greatness.
Expansion of the field, like each person is now, there's 29 people all going out spreading. Yeah, it is an expansion.
That's so beautiful.
And we want more expansion for, like, we're ready.
Yeah. No, and that's why also I think we made this video as well, is to recap for us, because it's really important for us as well. We just came back from the week, and then you go back into your normal life. I mean, there was holidays in between, there were kids and everything, and we really felt that we needed to come together to make this video to really recap for us as well.
Yeah.
Because it makes us grateful and humble as well to recap in this way. So I'm really glad that we did it this way. And also to prepare ourselves and the field for our next one coming up, because that's already in a few months. Yeah. And we have already people signing up. And we cannot wait to see the new group coming together. Yeah,
definitely. We're already really excited. And it's pure magic. So we're really excited for the next group.
Yeah.
So 29th of September till the 5th of October, right?
Yes, the Monday to the
That
Sunday.
is our next Kundalini Facilitator training. And actually soon we're going to be sowing the seeds. We already started to receive that drip of guidance coming through, that we're also going to expand into an advanced training for existing facilitators to go on a deeper level of expansion into their gifts. So that's something that we're going to start preparing. Which
the field is already guiding us, like,
it feels like an expansion for us. You just said expansion.
Yes.
That's already pushing us to expand. Like, because it's not like you always get what you're comfortable with. It's like there's always a little bit of a push, where you're like, really? And it's like,
do we need to jump? Yes, you do. You need to jump. Yeah. No, for sure. We will do that.
So we're ready.
Yeah. So if you see this video and you're intrigued and you want to know more, you can always go to our website or Instagram page, because there is a lot of things to share. You can contact us via the website, WhatsApp, or Instagram, and we are happy to answer your questions. We always jump on a call with everyone who applies. So if you fill in the application form, we are on a call to really get to know you, you get to know us. It's an introduction call to see if there is there a match, because it's really important for us to get to know you and for you as well to get to know us. So feel free to fill in the application form on our website and then have a call with us. And I think we are gonna thank you all for watching. And I'm gonna thank you for this beautiful conversation. And I love it. I just love it to really dive in.
It's been beautiful, because sometimes I think when you're working on something, you don't always take a moment to really reflect.
No.
And like you say, be grateful, and because sometimes you're just moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, we really need to take these moments to feel the gratefulness, to feel to reflect.
So grateful to everyone who is in our school and has trusted in us and put faith in this path, and also anyone who is yet to join us.
Yes.
We're excited to invite you into this amazing container of
Oh,
transformation
yeah. Ooh, yeah.
and awaken to your soul gift, your innate magic, and become a world-class facilitator.
Yes.
So yeah, from us, Alba and Eefke,
Thank you again.
thank you, and sending you so much love. Yay!
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.